Would you like to add something useful to our dashboard that we created in the last episode? It was just a template based on the .NET 10 SDK that allows you to run one file, single file, no project. It's really kind of cool, and it's kind of like scripting with C#. Welcome to the channel. I'm Coder B, and I have 30 years of programming experience. So today we are going to add just a little bit of extra functionality to our uh, to our app. Excuse me, I've made some changes to how I'm doing things. It's going to be a little slow. This is the second time of trying to record this because the first time I screwed everything up. So first thing we're going to do is in our header, we are going to add a clock. Not just any clock, a clock that's going to have a little bit of extra stuff. It's going to have GMT, Thailand time, and Chicago time. You can put whatever times you want in there. First, no, we don't want to do that here. We want to go right in here inside the header. This is where our clock is going to go. Okay, it's going to go between our nav, and if we put something else here, spoiler alert, something's going in here later in this episode. Probably next after the clock. Okay, so there's that. But now we have to, why is that red? Screw you. No, undo. I don't know what I was thinking. So now we got to add the script. The script is very, very, very simple. Copy, and this is where inside the script you can decide what other. See here the new. This is here's your UTC time. I'm putting in Asia Bangkok. I'm putting in America Chicago. You can change these, add more, whatever you want. And right, if you add another, you've got to put it in here. So you can put it UTC time, Bangkok time, and Chicago time. Very, very, very simple. Now, if I did things right, this should work really quick and easy. Let's oh shoot, let's show you this. And that popped up right away. Oh no, it didn't. Oh, it's showing you the wrong thing. So let's go to that one. Let's hit refresh. There you go. There's our clock. The beauties of how I'm doing things. So now we've got our clock up here. What else do we want to do? Well, let's fill up that other space right there. Okay, let's go back into coding. I actually have to move that off of mine. No, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this over here. That should help. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to add the weather. How'd you like to add the weather? Now the weather is going to take some backend code. So we got to add a new endpoint for the weather. Okay, so first I do know, let's go into Dashboard Lite CS. This is our main CS file. We're going to have to stop it because it's going to have to rebuild it. And that was just Control C down there. I shouldn't have to tell you that. Now I do know we're going to now need this little helper. So we're going to get rid of that. Oops, that's actually a comment that needs to be there. So we have this, okay? We also need to add two little pieces here. We have, under here, we got some more files we got to add. So we're going to have a config directory now, okay? So that means we have to come over here. I could have done it anyway. There's 1,000 ways to do it. But one way is to type it correctly, no matter which way you go. Type the folder name correctly. So now we have config. Now I've got to add a file. Where's my little file that I have to add? Oh, there it is. That's the name of our file. I just have it. I have a little text. I have notes because I tried this once before and it worked horribly wrong. Okay, paste. So our weather location, okay, and we're just going to stick in Bangkok. So I want to know what the weather is in Bangkok. Okay, there's a reason we're using this file. You'll see that in a little bit. So we're going to have this little file here. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Now we need to create our, where's our endpoint? There's our endpoints. Okay. So we're going to grab our endpoints. We'll go through this really quick. We don't need this open anymore. So in our endpoints, we're going to put those after the pages. So this is after the pages and before we start the server. We're going to stick it right in here. We're going to paste this. And here's our endpoints. We use, it's going to use an endpoint of weather. It's going to go to this. This has not been perfect. I'm going to let you know about that. I've had issues with the weather endpoint working and not working, and we'll probably see it not work. And that's not because of this. It'll just say, whatever, it's not working. And then the location is the actual where the file system is sitting. Weather.txt, that's this right here. Yes, that should have been a file, a config thing, whatever, but I didn't do it that way. So now we save this. Now we have our back end, but now we need to put it in the front end inside the header, because this is also going in the header. Now we're right between. This is how I want to do it. Between the actual function for the clocks and before it calls update clocks, we're going to stick this new script in here. Okay, and this is where it goes, grabs the endpoints. Oops, is that the endpoint there? Yep, that was the, oh no, load weather. So we have our load weather. It gets the weather. Weather content is in that file. Okay, it does all, it has neat little icons and all of that. So now we're going to go to save. Now, I don't know if this works right away because I believe, get weather content. We have one more thing we got to add. Where is it? Oh, I have to go find this. I have to find this other piece. Just a minute. There's one more thing I have to add, and that is the piece that puts it in the whole thing. All right, so now in the header, where that little control home, this little piece here where I told you we were going to put something in here, this is what we're putting in here. This should allow the weather to show up. I think I did this right. We'll find out. There it is. It says unable to load. Not really a surprise. What we're going to try here, this little gear, we can change the location. So let's try New York. Oops, New York, New York. Let's see if that changes it. Hit refresh. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. Nope. But you see, that's not really me. There's no errors. You see that? It's because of the endpoint. Feel free to change the endpoint, use another endpoint, whatever. As I told you before, here's your error right there. We're not gonna deal with this. I do know that this does work on my other thing, so I'm not really concerned about it. But if you want to fix it, the code will be on Codeberg, and this will all be uploaded by the time the video goes live. You'll have the new version up on Codeberg, and that will be a link in the description. So now, what more do we want to add? I mean, sure, we have this cool. Man, this thing is really annoying me. This doesn't want to stay on my thing. So we have this cool thing, but it really still doesn't do much. It just has a time in the weather. I think we need to add something else. What do we want to add now? I do know we are going to add a little bit of network status. Google, or not Google, but websites and your local network. Okay, so we're going to go to index. We're going to dump this whole thing right here. Okay, close home. Okay, so first we have to create 2 new files. Okay, new file. We're going to create network host. I just screwed that up. Copy. Let's try that again. New file. Paste. Okay. Network hosts. Network sites. Now, why are we adding these? These are going to make it easier so that we can just type in stuff to make life easy, and boom, 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 boom. I have those in the network hosts. Network hosts. We're going to put in just basically your local host You can, if you have a big network, you can put in all your different stuff. You can put in your laptop. You can put in, your servers if you got servers. And then we're going to have in our sites, we're just going to go and make sure that all of our important sites are up and running. Okay, so now we have a list of sites. So now what we got to do, we need to get all of that working. So first what we do, let's put in the endpoints. Oh, first, before we do that, let's put these in the config. So we're going to have to stop this. We don't have to stop it, but it's best if we do. So in the configs, we are going to add 2 more variables. Okay, just for our new pages. And that's what I should have done to the weather, but I didn't. This is for all the HTTP stuff. It helps. So it's a timeout for 3 seconds, and that's why that thing errored out. Maybe if I made that 5 seconds, it would not error out. Don't know. So now what we're going to do, let's grab our network status endpoints. Copy, copy, copy. Now this, what it will do, we're going to go beyond, we're going to get past our weather endpoints. There's our location. Okay, so we're before the starting up the server, we have our network endpoints. Let's go to the beginning here. So it's called network status. It goes to the paths, grabs our host file, grabs the stuff. It ignores everything that starts with a pound sign on both. I mean, that could have been, again, that could have been the same thing twice. You can rewrite what you want. This is, again, this is only an explainer, kind of a showcase of what you can kind of do with a single file. And this is giving you some ideas of a dashboard that you can create with that single file. So we get a list of hosts, we go through the file, grab it, we do the little split pipe, and we grab, then we say, hey, ping those. Okay, and then it results that. Same thing, gets the results, and then we're basically doing the same thing. All right. Again, if you want to make this a little bit more efficient, knock your socks off. I'm doing it because that's the way I did it. Copy paste is easy, and the way I did it is the way I developed it was, well, I used AI and AI did it. Okay, and I knew it worked. I'm just throwing this together really fast. This is not a production app. If it was a production app, I absolutely would have gone through this and said, we need to fix that. But it's not. But now we need to show the results. First, I'm going to save this. Go to our index. Dump what we have. Paste the new stuff. Now, we also need some scripts. Okay, the script is very, 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 very long. Copy. And there's a couple extra spaces here. Basically, it does a ping. Or it shows the stuff. Okay, we have a nice little, I think it's in here. I think we have a nice, yeah, there's the badge. This is going to look really, 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 really nice. So now we have a nice little, I'm going to use NetWord a lot. Let's just run the stupid thing, okay? Let me go like this. Let me go like, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? This button here. And now we have this. How's that? And it takes a second because it's pinging them all. And now we have all of these great and wonderful websites that we check. And you can see they're all up. And we can see my local host is up. You can change this to be, 240 minutes, 240, or whatever. Okay? You can do whatever you want. And you can also just refresh now. And that is the beginnings of really what you can do with all of this. I'm really excited about what we can do more, what we can add. I would love to hear your suggestions on some other stuff we're going to add. So what I'm going to do in the next video, we're not going to add computer stuff. We're going to add money stuff. Yeah, I should add a donate button. It runs locally on my computer. No, what we're going to do is we're going to read stuff from the stock market and display that. I don't know how we're going to display it. This is something I haven't done yet for my other dashboard, the one I use all the time. And I'm kind of excited about looking into it and making it work and adding it to this. And we'll see how that goes. So the whole point of this is that all this code is sitting on Codeberg. You can clone it, use it, whatever. Create your own do it the way you want, make it look better, make it look worse, whatever you want to do. But this is to inspire you, to show you things that you can do. These are not tutorials. They're just cool stuff you can do with C Sharp, and I'm really enjoying it. I've been using C Sharp since it was in beta, so it's really kind of neat to see how far it's come in the last billion years, and I really like where this is going, and I like how this works. Um, the next iteration of single file, hopefully they will allow it a single file to reference other files, because having this all in one is kind of ugly. Of course, I do have other files. There are ways to do other files. I still have yet to put a js.app or an app.js, whatever. So until next week, I would love to hear more comments on what you guys have and what you guys would like to see in the dashboard. I do have ideas for the next 2 weeks, and I got this next one with the stocks should be kind of cool. Maybe make a neat little dashboard for that. It might be its own page. I might fit it on this page. Don't know. Probably add a new page. Until next time. Oh, you know what? I should not be doing this. Hang on. This is crazy. So I do hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something or got at least inspired by it to see, hey, this is something that I can do with, I want to do something else, or give me some suggestions on what else we can do with this, and we'll put it in there. Until next time, you guys take care and have a great week. Bye.